It is hard for me to believe that the Shearwater Teric has only been around for 4 years. It was released in 2018. It feels timeless. It feels like we've had it forever. It's probably even harder for you to believe that it's taken me this long to review the Teric. Well, your wait is over. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Divers Ready. As always, so great to see all of your smiling faces. I hope you're all doing really, really well. My name's James. Here at Divers Ready, we make videos with one simple goal in mind, and that's to help make you a better scuba diver. So if you haven't done so already, make your next dive on our subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future content. Earlier this year, Shearwater released the Shearwater Teric Journeys Edition, and they were kind enough to send me one gratis. So no, I didn't receive any money for this review, but I did get the computer for free. And as you know, it's very hard to review something that you don't have, although others on YouTube do try. Nothing is different about the Journeys Edition over the regular Teric other than the bezel color. That's it. It's just a new bronze bezel color, and to be honest, I love it. It really is a cool color, indicative of like the brass diver helmets of old, which is what inspired that super sexy B-roll sequence at the intro. I had a lot of fun shooting that. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. The bronze bezel is a seasonal edition. I don't know how long it will be around for. I'm not sure if that means limited edition, like the unofficially titled Iron Man Teric of a few years ago. It is available now as of time of recording this, and as an option there is always available the black, silver and blue bezel options. It fits the standard Teric strap, so you can choose your strap color accordingly, and there's even a new strap color, royal purple, to go with the Journeys Edition, which I think looks pretty sharp. But for the sakes of this review, all of my comments about the Teric Journey apply to all of the Terics available, past, present and probably future. As with every Divers Ready review, I have a structure and I'm sticking to it. We'll talk about what I love about the Teric, we'll talk about what I don't love about it, and we'll talk about which divers I think should buy this computer.
Whoa, hold up.
I can already feel all of you guys out there reaching for the comment section. Yeah, but Teric or Garmin, Descent Mark II-i, which should I buy? Which should I buy? I feel you, I know that's going to happen. There is going to be a whole separate video where I compare the Garmin Descent Mark II-i to the Shearwater Teric. It's already in production and it will hit the channel very soon, I promise. You're going to have to be patient. Back to you. Right, so let's kick it off then with what I love about the Teric. First and foremost, functionality. Shearwater took 100% of the features of the greatest dive computer the world has ever seen, the Shearwater Perdix, and crammed them all into a watch. I don't need to do a full spec sheet read off here. If you're interested enough to watch a review of this computer, I'm going to presume that you've already read the Shearwater website and you know the features of the Teric. So let's just take a second instead to marvel at the feat of engineering that it took to cram an AI-capable, wirelessly charging Trimix and CCR-ready computer with its proprietary Bowman-based algorithm into something the size of an Omega dive watch. So good, so good. Next up, you have to compliment the screen. That's probably the biggest buzz about the Teric. I know this is a massively important aspect for a lot of divers because we get comments on that all the time. So let me state this as plainly as possible. No dive computer available today on the common market has a better screen resolution and brightness than the Shearwater Teric. Whilst the screen is only 3.5 centimeters across, the AMOLED display is as sharp as your 4K flat screen TV. The display on maximum brightness is ridiculous. In the deep, dark, scary places that I like to frequent inside of shipwrecks, you could almost use this as a backup light. It's that insane. I mean, don't do that, that would be crazy, but you almost could. Next thing I love about the Teric is the just straight up design. It's just aesthetically incredibly pleasing. I think it is very, very sexy. Wearing this as a watch, you will get compliments from strangers. I get compliments from people who don't even know I'm a diver, and they're all like, whoa, sick watch, bro. What is that? Like people outside of scuba diving. It's just about elegant enough to wear with a suit and tie, but without compromising any of the sort of ruggedness. There are a limited number of watch screens. There's only 3 that you can scroll through, and I don't really care for any of the 3 of them. The plain digital is the one I tend to keep it on, and different colors that you can apply to the numbers and graphics, and you can match those against the straps and all that fun stuff. But just overall, the design of the watch, just with the plain black silicone band and the black casing with the bronze, I just think it's sexy. It's just sexy. There's no other word for it. As with any Shearwater computer, if we're going to talk about reviews, we've got to talk about reliability. When you buy a Shearwater, you are definitely buying build quality, also backed by excellent customer support. Now, I've owned 3 Petrels, 3 Perdices, which, by the way, is the correct plural of Perdix, the genus of birds that includes the partridge. Oh, what? You want me to take that trivia a little bit deeper? Okay. The founder of Shearwater is Bruce Partridge, hence Perdix. I briefly owned a Peregrine, which we gave away on this channel, and now this Journey Edition Teric, which I'm most definitely not giving away. I have never had an issue with any Shearwater product, but I have known friends who have had maybe a pressure sensor go out, and that any issues that they've had were dealt with swiftly and efficiently and to their satisfaction when it came to a resolution by Shearwater. In some instances, they even offer a courtesy computer whilst yours gets worked on. Brilliant. One of the things I think Shearwater is very clever at is UX. You could take someone who has never owned any dive computer before and have them up and running on the Teric with nothing more than the quick start guide, and they'll be fully functional in minutes. The menu system, the scroll and select buttons and so on are so logical and intuitive. The Teric is crazy easy to learn, and that is a very hard thing to pull off. Make a device very capable and very complicated, and yet very easy to learn and very easy to use. So those are the things that I love about the Teric. Let's talk about the 3 things that I don't care about when it comes to this dive computer. Number 1, this is an old complaint. I didn't invent this complaint, but I do agree with it. The buttons on the Teric have the habit of accumulating salt in hard to rinse out places, which compromises obviously the functionality of the buttons themselves. So giving your Teric a quick post-dive dunk in the rinse tank is not enough. The solution is really to remember to soak your Teric each evening in lukewarm water to dissolve the salt crystals and then flush it again with fresh water. It's annoying, but it's a necessary additional step of post-dive care. I don't have to do this with, for example, the Perdix, because that is a much more flush and sealed design without all the little crevices around the button seats. So that's a thing. It's kind of irritating. It's a well-known problem. Hopefully they'll work on the buttons in future iterations of this computer. Next up is the power source. I have a love-hate relationship with the Teric's battery. I love that it powers such a bright screen, obviously, but I dislike that the battery can only go about 2 days of full-on diving before it completely needs recharging. Charging on the cradle is fast, but the cradle is not ideal for charging on the go. So for example, other dive computers, I can plug them in my truck to my USB port and charge them as I'm driving to the diving. I can charge them on a rocking boat. For traveling, I don't really want to take that chunky cradle with me. I prefer either a clip or a plug-in, but I understand that Shearwater probably wanted to go with that 200 meter pressure rating, and hence a sealed body design was the way to go. And the last thing that I don't really care for about the Teric is the straps themselves. Now, don't get me wrong, the straps are perfectly functional and they're very comfortable. Changing the straps is a major pain in the ass. I know, this is Shearwater's first and only watch style dive computer, and probably most people are going to either go with the black strap that it comes with, or they're going to buy like one, change it once, and that's it. They're just going to leave that strap on there. So this isn't really a major thing. But I feel like a company with, you know, such an innovative spirit, surely they could have designed a better strap system, because changing between the straps requires the use of these two fiddly little triangle-shaped proprietary screwdrivers to remove an even more fiddly little screw, and then the pin itself, and then you've got to work the new one in, and it takes longer than it needs to. So this is definitely something that could be designed better for future iterations, and they really need to look at other smartwatch companies or other sports watch companies to see how they're handling the interchangeable strap situation. We should also talk about the extender strap as well. I'm sure the extender strap works excellent for dry suit divers, but for diving a 5mm, I found that the regular strap didn't fit over my 5mm suit, even on the widest notch there, but the extender strap was too long, and there's nowhere really to tuck the excess strap in, so it just kind of flaps around like this. And you know me, I like everything to look nice and sleek and tidy. You can't fold it back and put it back through the loop here. It just annoyed me, so I give that a rating of meh. Look, the Teric is an absolute beast. They have sold thousands of these computers in the 4 years it's been on the market. You cannot outgrow it, so it's a great way for a diver to future-proof themselves as much as possible. But it does come with a hefty price tag. So who is this dive computer best suited for? Well, in my honest opinion, if you are a technologically minded diver, sure, you could buy a Teric as your first dive computer, but a couple of things. Number one, you got to be certain that you absolutely love this sport and you're going to get good use out of the computer, because if you're not, that's a lot of money just sitting in a drawer. And I think on an entry level, and if you're on a budget, your money would be better spread out by getting a cheaper, sort of more entry level dive computer, and then investing money in your other dive gear. Now, for people who have been around a while, the advanced open water levels, maybe you've got a few hundred dives, and maybe you've heard of this really cool thing called technical diving, and you've got your sights set on that down the road, well then the Teric is going to give you years of pleasure recreationally as you build experience, and be ready for you when you're ready to start your technical training, all the while helping keep you be the cool kid in the office boardroom. So let's say you're a recreational diver who is thinking one day of getting into technical diving, and your current computer is a single gas house brick console style, not suitable for tech. Should you buy the Teric with the intention of technical diving? Maybe, maybe not. My preferred personal setup for open circuit tech is still a Perdix on one wrist as a primary and a Perdix on the other wrist as a secondary. But if you're going to get as much use out of it as a daily wear watch, then I say why not? I am certainly very comfortable diving one Perdix and one Teric on open circuit tech dives. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you got value out of this video, consider subscribing if you haven't done so already, and give this video a like or share it with your dive buddies. Let me know your thoughts on the Teric in the comments section of this video below. And until next time, my name's James. This was your Divers Ready review of the Shearwater Teric. Dive safe, dive often.